Hey, Trump, bring it on, dude. You weak, whiny, tiny...
Howdy, y'all. I'm Brylan. So we're all aware by now that Trump has essentially declared all of the pardons and basically everything that Joe Biden signed while he was president as null and void because of the controversial use of the auto pen. Now, I think it's insane that we can have a president that uses an auto pen, or who knows who's using the auto pen, but the fact that an auto pen can be used at all for a president to sign official documents, to sign pardons or executive orders or whatever. A president should physically, literally hold a pen and sign a piece of physical paper to make something official. But one of the things Trump did was he called out the J6 Unselect Committee as essentially their pardons being null and void. There needs to be an investigation opened at the highest level. And I've always thought if the J6 committee were the harbingers of truth and they were the true moral hierarchy of America, why did they need to be pardoned? I thought this was hilarious, actually, by the Babylon Bee. They said, for immediate release, my fellow Americans, I sign all my executive orders with full knowledge of what I was doing. And I never use an auto pen, signed by my own hand with Joe Biden, with like the shadow behind it. This is hilarious. This is essentially what you're hearing from the media as well, that there was no evidence of an auto pen being used, even though we have absolute evidence of an auto pen being used.
And by the way, there's no indication that President Biden signed these with an auto pen.
You can see here, when you put all the signatures together, they all match exactly, almost like an auto pen was used. And he used this to pardon essentially his whole family, Biden, and the J6 committee, Fauci. And of course, we saw who signed Biden's letter. All these auto pens with all of these pardons and executive orders being used. And then when he released, when he released the official letter declaring that he wasn't going to run for re-election, he used a completely different signature. You can see up top here in red. Look how the mainstream media is covering this story, by the way. This is why I use Ground News every day, because they show you how the left and the right are spinning the news. The left wants you to think that the use of the auto pen is alleged, and it's just a theory, even though we have absolute evidence that an auto pen was used on almost everything Biden signed. And the right is telling you that Trump doesn't use an auto pen for legally binding documents, unlike Biden, says the White House. Another reason I love Ground News so much is you can see what mainstream media outlets are being biased. Their blind spot feature shows you when the left or the right isn't covering the news that you should know about. You can also see who owns each news outlet. And if you go to ground.news/Brylan or scan the barcode on the screen, you can get 40% off the same Vantage plan that I personally use. Thank you for supporting the sponsor of this video, Ground News. It helps me to continue to bring you daily news videos that you can trust. That's where Adam Kinzinger comes in. Now, this man is a radical leftist, not even in disguise anymore. He used to be disguised as a Republican, but now he is a self-proclaimed proud rhino. And you can see that even in his username, Adam Kinzinger, Slava Ukraini, which means glory to Ukraine. All of the corrupt politicians in our government they're sold out to other nations, and it's always just send countless amounts of money, like unimaginable amounts of money to other countries that then just funnel back in a really funny way back into their own pockets. I want you to watch this. This is Adam Kinzinger finding out that Trump declared the pardons of him. He was a part of the J6 Council. Preemptive pardon, by the way. If he's completely innocent, there was no foul play, why would he need to be pardoned? We all know the answer to that. But this is Adam Kinzinger finding out that the pardons are null and void, and this is his response. It just goes to show you how sick and twisted this man is and how sick and twisted the left are in general.
So I just saw that Trump is like threatening the January 6th committee again. Listen, this dude knows, he knows that this is like the thing that embarrasses him. He won't admit it embarrasses him because he's trying to like pretend like he didn't do anything. He's obsessed. He's more obsessed with like me and Liz Cheney than his freaking golf score. Hey, Trump, bring it on, dude. You weak, whiny, tiny man who, by the way, I saw a picture of you this weekend. You're hiking up your pants now to really just below your man boobs and you're sweating so much. Like, looking pretty bad there. But bring it, man. Like, stop with all the big mouth talking stuff. You're a grown man. You don't talk like one, but you're a grown man. Come on, dude.
Now, this sounds like a obviously very secure man, right? But this is what they resort to. They don't have any actual arguments to make for their case, for their point. All they can do is call you names, say derogatory things towards you. And you can tell, you can see it in his face. By the way, is anybody else getting Alec Baldwin vibes from this guy? But this sounds like someone who is innocent, right? Who is the true moral one, who is doing the right thing for America, who holds the truthy truth in their heart, right? The exact opposite. Adam Kinzinger, Liz Cheney, all these people a part of this J6 council, they were basically set up to, again, try to stop Trump from becoming president again because they're terrified of losing everything that they have built in our government, which is a corrupt system, a system that is led by the elites, that destroys not just the middle class, but the everyday American. You are nothing to these people. But I want you to see this too, real quick. This is the video that he put out just before. The video he put out, obviously scared with his tail between his legs, trying to sound tough. This is a little glimpse into who Adam Kinzinger is.
Thought, wouldn't it be cool if the guy that got $38 billion in handouts from the federal government and is now worth $500 billion because of that, wouldn't it be cool if he was not the guy telling everybody what they can live without and slashing parts of government that people need? They just slashed Voice of America, which, by the way, costs almost nothing and is one of the most effective ways to push back against Russian propaganda and Chinese propaganda and Iranian propaganda.
Okay, hold on a second. This is the guy that literally is sold out to any nation that can funnel warmonger money back into his own pocket. But he's the one sitting here saying that they slashed Voice of America, which cost nothing. You know, it's funny to hear politicians talk about how little things cost. It costs nothing, right? Well, I mean, Voice of America's budget was like almost $300 million, by the way. So yeah, $300 million is nothing to people like Adam Kinzinger. That's one of the issues here. They're so out of touch that they think slashing $300 million from the budget is nothing. That you should just put up with a government that is so bloated and so oversized compared to what the Constitution and what our founders imagined it to be, that you should just submit and allow government to continue to expand and grow and spend however much money. I mean, $300 million is unimaginable to almost everybody on earth. Yet you have this man dare sit here and tell you straight to your face that it's nothing. And not only that, but remember, Kinzinger is a radical globalist. He would sell out America to the world in a heartbeat if he had the power to do so. And he's the one sitting here saying that Elon Musk is telling everyone else what they can live without, when Kinzinger's very own handlers are the ones sitting in the World Economic Forum telling you and the rest of the world that you will own nothing and you will be happy under the thumb of people like this. Whatever they have on Kinzinger must be big, because this is a man that has sold out everything in order to be accepted by those who are in the worst position that they've ever been in. The globalists, the elites, the radical left, the Democrats. America has given a mandate to Trump to reverse the direction that America was being taken in. And people like this, the Kinzingers of the political establishment, are terrified because of it. And all they can do is sit in their car and make videos like this that try to fearmonger and try to tell you that what you're feeling, what you see, the absolute deception coming from his mouth isn't real. It's not true. We're the good guys. You know, I love how at the very beginning of Proverbs chapter 1, look at verse 7 here. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. In fact, Proverbs 10 goes on to say this in verse 14. The wise lay up knowledge, but the mouth of a fool brings ruin near. And again, Proverbs chapter 18, look at verse 2. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. But hey, let me know your thoughts about all this in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, join this community. I would love to hear from you on a regular basis. And please hit that thumbs up button as well. You know, when you like this video, you'll help push it out to more people to help spread the truth. All right, I'll see you in the next video.